is your biggest way of showing your self appreciation?
Is trying to better myself. I always tell you, I feel like it's two sides of it. Average P that indulge in all of the bullshit. It's your boy Pierre McCoy, the Outer Story, man.
Your boy Damo Talk.
Here with episode 13 of Discuss with Stray Demons. Asking each other questions, a little interview, just because it's been a while, both on our true entrepreneurial journeys, truly figuring out how to make $1 cut. We gotta literally create it on our own, like our life in our own hands right now. So my question for you is, you trying to look up questions? Any question for you? But my question for you is, how do you feel like you deal with constructive criticism from people you know that mentally they're not in a place to give you advice?
I made a video to this when I was just don't have a conversation. Constructive criticism, you gotta listen and to probably to the side on the same path, but we might not be on the same level. Yeah, that's all it's about. That's a good question.
That's a good answer too.
What is your biggest way of showing your self appreciation?
Oh, that's a good one too. Biggest way of showing myself appreciation is trying to better myself. I always tell you, I feel like it's two sides of it. Average P that indulge in all of the bullshit.
The fun stuff.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The fun stuff sometimes it's not gonna get me to the level I want to be at, truthfully. You know, millionaire status, the high value man I want to be, and putting out the energy to try to better other people as well. I'm just trying not to let my average self win. I'm trying to beat my average self down so bad that my great self see that I'm serious. So it's like,
and look at your average self like it's weak.
Yeah, so you really want to be over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trying to better myself and elevate myself.
I got a question. Just to branch off of that, with your average self and your great self, do you think that's saying like P the man and then like P the kid? Like you just gotta have a conversation with yourself, or do you gotta actually hit accolades?
In a way, both, bro. Because I talk to myself a lot. I think I talk to myself a lot, bro. Yeah. Like on an eye level. Just I even tell my mom this before. But I talk to myself a lot just to see how to hear how I
answer.
Right. To hear how I answer and to hear how I sound saying stuff. Like, like
one of my favorite mentors when I did sales used to tell me, "Hey, record yourself."
Right, exactly. I'm telling you, like reevaluate how you know how you speaking. To go back, go back into answering your question. I feel like Corinthians 13:11. Came a man and I put away the childish things. And like you know what the childish things are. You know the things that not even stopping you, but you know the things that if you put these things away, you would like skyrocket towards that great self. That easy. You know, like, man, if I just it's like this easy, bro. Having it every day and just going.
You said that down there.
But it's not. You know what I mean?
What's that word that you had used with me earlier? You remember when you said when you going through your journey, you set this down. The first thing you feel after day 2, day 3.
Withdrawal. That's another thing, bro. I feel like you can be childish in a healthy way. That's what I am. Like I don't want to never be to a point where I'm right. Like I can't have fun. I'm gonna be Mr. Tough Guy everywhere. And I always tell you, everybody's savage so they be real savage anyway. So I really don't truly feel like I need to show no
headhunter.
Right, bro. You know what I mean? If I need to prove that, we can prove that. But I don't even feel like you know what I mean? You need to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely feel like I don't think you need to go back and question your childish self, because that's like when people ask you if you could go back in time and say something to your younger self, what would you say? Like if you had another chance. But I don't want another chance.
Yeah, I want to
like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And I know where I'm at is exactly where I'm at to be where I'm supposed to be going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you built for it.
Exactly. That's how I answer your question.
That's a good answer.
Another question I got for you is what's your biggest fear you got when it comes to baby girl growing into a wise woman? We wouldn't even say woman yet, but young lady.
Yeah, for sure.
She in the youngest.
Yeah.
Both are.
That's a good question. Can you repeat that?
What's your greatest fear as a father when you have a beautiful young daughter? Yeah. What's your greatest fear of her going about life?
My greatest fear is
man, I remember somebody asked me that.
It's her neglecting and nurturing and the love and all the lessons and all the memories we had. Especially if it's over something like small or petty. How parents and kids get into it, and then you just kind of forget everything that your parent did for you. All the small things, you just remember that one bad memory. Letting anything dilute that water in her brain. of her dad not being a good person or her dad not teaching her, and then she just going out there lost. Because once you do that, it's like you cut off the source.
But I mean, like, that's great.
Yeah. Or even her observing how I treat somebody else. Like I don't want that to affect how she grow up or see the world either.
You know how you say, how you was explaining, like you do that one thing and people act like you ain't never did nothing good. Like, how do you handle that in your relationship? You like, why do I do it? And like all this stuff, but then you think about how you was just talking about love doesn't boast. You know you pay all the bills. You know you pay all the notes. You know you know. Man, I just bought you those shoes.
You gotta remember, you can't boast. As soon as you boast, you put your woman you kind of put her in the floor of being the man. Like you give her a taste of it. Like, all right, bet this is what I do for you. And you throw it in her face. But like, you don't want your woman to be a man. Like you don't want her to be you. You don't want her to do the things that you do. You know what I mean? So when you do that, if you do that, you create problems in itself. So the way to get out of that and not to do that is first you just gotta breathe, you mean? And sometimes you do gotta step away from the conversation. It's not that you being a kid or nothing like that. You just gotta step away from the conversation to have your own thoughts to yourself and just chop it up with yourself. Cause it's like, God, like I want to be with her. Ooh, like you would be saying all these things, and it's deep down, but then you would think of that one thing that she just said.
Even though you know the truth about how,
even though you know the truth of what's going on in the day to day, I'm taking care of everything.
That one word, that one statement.
God put her here to say that to me to show that I was made to hear that from my wife. Like I was made to beat that challenge. I was made
with her.
Yeah. Yeah. So like once I think about it like that, it like calm me down. Like, all right, bet I can go have this conversation with my girl now. But like sometimes it will come out boastful and then you gotta apologize and woo-woo. But other than that, yeah, you just like you said, just try to breathe and don't boast. Love is not boastful, not prideful, not nothing. Yeah, that's a good question though. For all the guys that got a relationship, try that.
and we only able to speak about this. I'm telling you, I watched a sermon and I brought it to my brother. Like, dang, I was doing this to my daughter's mom. I was doing this. Dang, that's not love. You don't never want to put no woman in a position to feel like that, bro. You want her to feel like the fact that you providing that is a blessing.
And it's not even that you
blessing, bro.
And I had said like you gonna make her feel like a man. You just put her in a position that's uncomfortable. Like you know what I mean? You put her in a foreign land, and it's like you singling her out, and now you expect her to reply to you. What do you expect besides craziness?
Don't judge my sticker, baby. Baby girl put this on my face. I told her I keep it on there.
What keeps your ideas fresh with you and baby girl, like activities and stuff like that?
I think for me personally, like I love YouTube. Like no disrespect to YouTube. I love the fact that my daughter able to go on YouTube. Like your daughter able to go to YouTube and watch Miss Rachel.
Yes,
Loyalty Love Nasha and Loyalty Love Ryan's World. But my thing is, why can't it be Loyalty's World? Why can't it be? You know what I mean? That's what I be thinking. How do I get her in the state of, Daddy, let's get behind the camera. Daddy, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of being a consumer.
Right. She's the person being consumed. And I just be trying to, you know what I mean? Do what she want me to do. Are the things that she really tapping into. Like I was telling you about the makeup. Really came out the room with a whole face. I'm like, dang, Loyalty, that actually look okay. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But just really diving in deep into what she really like. Not trying to make her like things, not trying to make her go this way or make her go that way. Putting my energy towards what she putting her energy towards so she can really thrive.
Yeah. I can't wait to be able to do that.
Man, we appreciate y'all coming to tap in. That was beautiful. And I feel like we can continue to do that, or just have a conversation with each other so people know what it's like. My discussions, you could be sitting down with your mom like this, that you've been angry at for 3 years. You could be sitting down with your sister like this, that you've been angry at for 6 months because she took your bottle of liquor. Like, bro, just some, you know what I mean? That don't make sense. All this right here could change the whole perspective, could change the whole narrative, could change the whole direction of somebody like.
And also sitting down with you and God, sitting down with you and the Father, like he said. He challenged me later to meditate. I'm gonna do that. Sit down with God for 10 minutes. He said. So we're gonna try that and see what type of demons I can slay as well. So
that's facts. If that's your mind, that's you sitting with your own demon. Okay. This your boy Pierre. Put it out, sir.
Your boy Damo Talk.
And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll keep going about your